Now let's move on to the collaboration side of things. So, I mean, we already covered a bit of it on
Yes.
how you guys collaborated. And I just want to know, like, how did you meet for the first time, all three of you? I think you both met first and then Marina came
I
into
met
the
her
picture,
at
right?
the first Homepreneurs networking event, which was also my first ever networking event. And this was much before I had launched eBoutique, so I was very nervous. Not only was I nervous when I didn't even know that pitch was called elevator pitch. So that's how bad I was with
You were
it.
like, elevator? What
I'm
elevator?
Like, 1 minute you have to talk about your business. I'm like, I can't talk about something that's not launched. I'm still not sure what's going to happen. And I still have to talk and still be that confident. And I was in a room full of 20 ladies.
Yes.
And I felt they were all confident. Much later, I found out they all were nervous. We're all in the same boat. And then
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to like talk to her. But then I started following her on Instagram. We connected well. And then I saw that on her personal account as Bisfluencer, she keeps adding whenever there is a potential networking event. And then she said there's a event, and I said, okay, let's go for it. And I was like, I'm going to be there. But that's when I met her again, and then I met Marina over there.
Oh, nice,
and
nice.
I and Marina didn't connect on business, we connected on food.
Okay.
And we
I
just
saw
talked
that just
about
outside. Before we entered the room,
We learned
how
about-
important food has become for three of your connection points.
It is. When there are some networking events we go to, after which if me and her are together, it always ends up in lunch.
Oh yes, it's the same with us.
Yeah.
We end up in maybe pani puri or
It
chaat.
has to. It has to. So we don't really. So we work, but
Yes.
we love to eat, and
And that
I
has
think
actually
that's-
brought that casual connection element, right?
Absolutely.
See, because some people, when I joined one of the networking platforms, initially I didn't know. So it was a huge amount that I had to pay for the membership. And then the first 6 months, I was like, I have to go and meet everybody, pitch myself,
Yes.
and like get back this money. You know? So that was what I thought. Because I didn't know. Nobody teaches you networking, right?
Nobody.
We don't know what networking is. And then I was always like, I have to sell to that community. Then later I realized it is not selling to the community, it is selling through the community.
Yes.
But it took me 6 months to
Something to
understand that. And in 6 months, nobody really bought much. Maybe I got some small amounts, but nothing big was happening. And then after that, I realized, okay, I have to change it. I have to, and now like, I'm like, okay, until renewal, there is some
Yes.
time. Maybe I'll just go and make some friends. And now my closest friends come from that community. We
Yes.
go out for drinks, we go out for food. That is how that, then they are like now the points, like now last week I had an issue with one of our clients. There was a huge amount that was like stuck and they were not paying and they were saying a lot of things. And I can't go home and cry because my husband
Yeah.
is going to like, you took it on your head. Why did you start? You had
You
such a
signed up
good
for
job.
this.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, I can't go and tell him until this is sorted out. Then I'm sitting with my friend. She was there yesterday in Varsha.
Yes.
I was sitting at her home and she was the one replying and she was like, you type like this to the client. Just like you said,
Yes.
you told Dua
This is
about
true.
it. You know?
I would call us the mean girls of the business community. And I think it's important for every person to have that mean girls
Community together, right?
friendship, because there are some times that I can't discuss it with an ex-person.
Yes.
And I can't go all out because killing is not allowed.
Yes.
So you have to talk to your girls and
I
ask
don't know you
them-
from today.
I won't kill you. But you need to talk to them and they will bring you down and
Yes.
say, you know what, I think you are in a different zone right now. Come
Yes,
back to
yes.
normalcy. And I always need people like that and who understand what I'm talking about. I can do
Exactly.
that at home. I
Yes.
do talk to my husband about a lot of other things that's perhaps not related to business. But when it comes to the business part of it, like we discussed, they don't sometimes understand or they don't relate to it. And that's when these people help me.
Yes.
Both of them. Like I
And
get
it
on a
gives
call
you
with
two
her and then I
different
get a call with
perspectives,
her.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
Because we can make mistakes in that emotional moments. How to react, we don't know. But
Yes.
if we have two friends to call and check, this
Absolutely.
happened, what is your suggestion? Then
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
give you a better suggestion, which is without the emotion part of it.
Not only
right?
suggestions, I get them to type text messages for me also.
Same.
Please do this for me. I can't.
So I think that is another element of the community.
Yeah, but what I would like to say is this is the brighter part of the collaboration where you end up getting good friendship.
Yes.
You end up
Yes.
making it a success. For example, Entrepreneurs Bling. Now, because we had that zone, we had our ups and downs, but then we got to a conclusion. Okay,
Yes.
why this is happening? We brought in a solution. We made it happen. Most of the time, what happens in the community and
Yes.
collaboration is people don't understand whom they have to collaborate with.
Yes.
They have a
Yeah.
motto in mind. You know what? I want to do this collaboration because I want to earn so much. I want business. I want to use the other person for a collaboration. But collaboration doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
Collaboration will not always be business.
Yes.
For us, it was the collaboration worked out in an amazing friendship. For few people, collaboration might work out in amazing business, like you told, from Entrepreneurs Blinks. So from collaboration, you don't know, you might get a few Instagram followers. You really don't know what you will get out of a collaboration. So you have to make sure you're collaborating with the right person. Someone who's complementing your thought process or what you're expecting. People just randomly collaborate. Okay, I'm looking for a collaboration. She's also looking for a collaboration. Okay, let's collaborate. And then they don't know what to do. They just get vague ideas and they do it and they don't get results, and then they'll be like, oh my god, collaboration doesn't work for me, I don't like to collaborate with people. So it's always important to collaborate with the right person. Have an agenda in mind. What is your purpose for the collaboration? Then collaboration works and it is a success. Or else
Marina can give you endless examples of bad collaborations.
Oh my god, I
won't name names.
Yes, I've had 3 sisters, right? It was so nice when they came to me and they were like, we are going to collaborate, we are going to start a business, it's going to be like a family business, my kids are going to take it forward. And the elder sister was given more powers. She was like, Didi, naam aap bolo, Didi, activity aap bolo. And who is going to sign the papers first? They're like, Didi, you sign first. And I felt so happy, people, 3 business, 3 sisters coming together and starting a online e-commerce trading business. And you have no clue, 6 months down the lane, they came to me again. So I was the Panchayat member there, and the elder sister doesn't allow me to do business. The elder sister doesn't allow me to take decisions, and the younger one.
So they started the business in one person's name.
All the 3 were the partners, but more powers were given to the elder sister because she was elder. And then in 6 months, that was an issue. Like, why is only one person given more powers in the business? Why is only she doing the business? Why is she taking the decisions? And 6 months down the lane, they came to me saying that they want to close the company down. And that they don't want to continue the company. So here,
if you choose the wrong partners to collaborate with,
so if you collaborate, it doesn't really matter that, we are sisters and we collaborate, this is going to be a hit. If you don't have things planned well, you don't have, who gets what rights? You get financial rights, you get social rights, you get the signatory rights. If you don't decide from the beginning, collaboration doesn't work. Even if you're a sister, 6 months down the lane, you're going to close down your company.
It's very surprising. I'm the oldest sister. I didn't get no rights in my house.
So collaboration works better or doesn't work at all. It really doesn't matter whom you're collaborating with.
Now we always say community over competition, right? Now there are so many communities in UAE, and now for example, both of us, we have Homepreneurs Club. It's a community. Even on e-boutique there is a community. Even Marina has a community, right? So all these communities, and for me, I am a member of e-boutique and you are a member of the Homepreneurs Club.
That's right.
We see how we can grow each other's business. But whereas this is something discussion we have had before, we are both banned out of so many communities. When they have the Facebook groups, people come and tell, there's this post in this group, maybe it might help somebody in your club. So I'm clicking the link and it's saying there's no such link exists.
That's true. It happens on a weekly basis with me, because that's how many networking clubs are coming up, how many communities are coming up, and anybody with the power vested in them by Facebook and WhatsApp can open a community, and they can do it. And I think it's good that they are doing it. Some of the groups are incredible, but then the idea that they get bogged down with competition, I think that is where you've lost the battle. Instead of making that person a competition, make them your ally. And cross-sell. I always believe in the power of cross-selling. But again, that comes down to collaboration. Should I collaborate with you or should I not?
Yes.
When I was asked, to be an ambassador at Homepreneurs, that was a collaboration that I am really proud of, because I don't have to sell Homepreneurs. I already believe in it and people are seeing it.
Yes.
So it's not an effort that I have to make, or it's not something that I don't believe in it and I'm just going to do it because there's a
Yes.
benefit attached to it. No, it is because I will actually want people to join Homepreneurs as an entity, and that is where you are creating an ally with this person without showing this person that you are a competition. But it's actually not a competition at the end of the day, because everyone brings a different thing to the table.
Yes.
True.
Okay. My community deals with men and women. Your community deals with women
Only
in
women,
business
yes.
only. But again, at the same time, there are people from eBoutique going to Homepreneurs and from Homepreneurs
Yes.
coming to eBoutique,
True.
because none of the platforms that you're going to be a part of is going to hamper you. At the end, they can
Yes.
only be positive for you and can help you grow much further. But
It all
imagine if
depends
you're
on how you
becoming
see
a
it, right?
competition at the top. And I just very recently said that, heard that competition happens at the low level, collaborations happen at the top. Okay, this is what you do. And I strongly believe in that particular thing. Having said that, I have said no to other people as well. But being banned, I don't ban anybody. Myself.
Same.
And in my own Facebook community group of eBoutique, there
Yes.
are owners of every different
Communities.
networking events and
Yes.
likes of that. And they all post about their events, and they post endlessly. I have to tell them, guys, please. I know that this is free. You
Yes.
can post about it, but think about the other people. you
Yes,
know?
yes,
Don't just take this as an opportunity, because posting
Because
it 7 times in a week. Posting it 7 times in a week is not going to bring you business. You
Yes.
have to calm down.
Look at
And
more giving
because
to
of
that,
this
right?
reason, what happens, some of the posts that are really something that connects
Yes.
with
Yes,
us
yes.
gets missed out.
True.
Yes.
True.
So the other person has to realize on that level as well that it's not only about your product, it's about other people as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Maybe I don't need your product, but I need someone else's, because
But
of
they
that
will not
reason
see,
you
right?
will miss it.
Yes,
So this is something even I have seen it in the groups that I am in. Don't go on posting every single day. It's not going to make any benefit. Instead, pick up the call and call one person.
Yes.
That might make better impact.
True.
So I was one thing I see is when I am in any community, I look at what I can provide to that community, not putting my posters only. So when I started our marketing agency, I was part of a community, like I was saying before, right? So I had a podcast, and it was audio podcast where every week we were sharing some marketing lessons.
Yeah.
So I would just share that podcast in that group, and there was not even one line that talks about come and join our marketing agency or whatever, right? It was completely giving to the society, and all those customers which I got in the initial days was from that community, because they were following my podcast, they were getting benefit out of it. So what I tell people is, if you join a community, look at what you can give to them.
True.
Let people trust you first.
Yeah.
Now for
Give
you
and
also,
take,
right?
definitely.
I see your Instagram, you post yourself as misfluencer, right?
True.
It is a good thing, because you're not just selling the licensing. You are also sharing about all the networking events you're part
Exactly.
of. So all the entrepreneurs, they know, okay, if I follow Pavitra, I can know what are the networking
Events
events
going
happening.
Yes. Truth, I follow her because of that.
Yeah, I have a lot of people following me to know, okay, what are the networking events going on.
And so you share
And the
information,
message you
right?
convey to
Yes.
the front person.
So she shares that information, which is the right fit for her clients.
Yeah.
So that is why people come to you. So it's always a balance of giving, and then people, you don't have to take, they'll just come and give you back. That's what
think it's all
believe.
about giving. And then just a small example, I think everybody knows that I lost my e-boutique account through
Oh
because
my
of hacking.
God, I remember
The
that.
amount of
That was
clients
when
I
you
got
had
because
launched,
of that,
right? At that time,
just
around that
4
time.
days before launch.
Yes.
And the amount of clients I got because of that, because it was also a Homepreneurs
Yes.
networking
Yes.
event, and it was a hot topic of that
Yes,
week. So
yes.
I think Bilna or Anjum asked me that what happened and all
Yes.
of that. And I, in fact, started telling them what I did to secure
Yes.
my new account. And that somehow made me a guru of how to take care of your Instagram account, which I'm still not. But I met people for coffee and tea personally
Okay.
to set up their Google Authenticator, and
Wow.
which in turn, I didn't go with the intention of making them my clients.
Yes.
I just went with the intention of helping them so that what I went through, they shouldn't go through.
Yes. True.
And they became my clients at the end of the day, maybe a month later or 2 months later, but eventually
You started the relationship there,
I started
right?
the relationship, and I
Yes.
think every business starts with a relationship. And I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My dad
Yes.
has always been in business, and where I come from, nobody works. They work for themselves. They don't work for people. And they've always been like, listen, you have the thing, you can become a business person. Why don't you do this? And I was like, okay, but I don't know what to do and how to do. And I have gone with my dad as a child, as an adult, as a teenager, every single office where he's gone to. And that 1 hour that they would sit and talk, it was never about business.
Yes.
It was always about crazy funny stories or gossiping or I don't know, business stuff, but never about the actual agenda of the meeting. And by the time we walked out, he's like, I got the project. I'm like, where did you talk about the project? So I have learned from him that goodwill and PR is the only way
Yes.
that you can get business, be it small, be it big.
Very
and that's
true.
something I've always inculcated in my mind. So if I'm going to make a relationship with her, it's not with the agenda that she's going to give me business. I have to be clear of the agenda that yes, it's a relationship which can cultivate over time and turn
Yes.
into business, but it can't be like I have to convert her. No. You can't keep like nagging people for it.
Yes.
And I think that's what helps me as well.
Now, since we will venture into the business side of things, right?
Yeah.
So we all have different type of clients. So would you like to share some experiences, maybe the negative sides of things? We have been always posting. So let's see. Maybe we can look at like what is one thing a client has said to you in a negative way it has impacted you, or the common problem with a lot of negative clients.
I've had a few who were not sure of what they were doing, but they wanted to sign up with eBoutique, and they signed up, and within 24 hours they said, we made a mistake. I said, you've not even experienced. How did you make a mistake? So see, again, it's negative in the sense, why? Because you have to show up for your business. And I
Yes.
think I say this in every single place. Any platform can only help you if you're going to help yourself.
Yes.
And when you're not doing that, that's when the whole negativity starts. That's when you feel like you're disappointed. You've not got what you were looking for. And you feel like I've done everything, but this person has not returned anything to me.
Okay.
And that's when some of the clients do come and say that, I'm not getting any calls. I'm not getting any leads. I said, complete your listing. Update your listing.
It's like they think the moment I sign up, next day I get
Start
calls.
getting leads.
Yeah, and again, I'm not promising sales, and that's the first thing that I
Yes.
tell even before they've signed up, and I especially get on a call to say two things. This is brand awareness and marketing. This is not sales, and it doesn't happen overnight, and it's not magic.
Yes. And something which we discussed before we started was like you told me about how clients, even though everything is there on the website,
Yes.
they tell you like, can I get on a call?
Yes.
And explain to me what are the benefits, which is clearly mentioned in the
Yeah.
website. So we have the two types of clients, right? Same
Yes.
thing happens with Homepreneurs Club. Everybody, though everything is clear on the website, they want to have a call and understand what the club is about. So we have specifically put one person to answer the calls.
True.
Now Marina was an exception in that because I don't know where she came from. Suddenly we saw a payment from Marina, and I was asking Anjum, Anjum, who's this Marina? She's like, no, I have no clue. I have to go and find out. So that is another type of
Yes.
so she
She's a
is
dream
an
client.
action taker.
She has 3 of her businesses registered with eBoutique, so definitely she's a dream client for me. And the easiest one to source out.
Yeah, I wish everyone a blessing to get customer like Marina.
Yes, that's what I was also doing.
to that.
She is an action taker. Anytime I tell her something, next moment she's like, okay, I'm going in.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm in. That's what, So that is, like you said, everyone's blessing is a client. So, Marina, you have any negative experience with these clients?
The negative experience that I have is, when I used to sell my office spaces or virtual offices
Yes.
or anything like that. So there has been a time I don't believe in overcharging.
Okay.
Or I don't believe in taking advantage. Oh, that man is rich, he stays in a Palm Jumeirah location, so I should charge him more. That's not my mentality. So I charge people
The
equally
standard.
as the market prices are always. And and when they come on a call with me, they tell me, I'm looking for this particular service. I tell a amount of price, and then they'll be like, okay, last year you gave me this price, so can you give me this price? I politely want to reply back to them saying that the market
has
is not the same that it was last year.
Yes,
Things
yes,
have
yes.
changed from last year. See, COVID was one of the biggest excuses everyone had, to get whatever discounts as possible. And being in the real estate field, I have seen prices going right at the bottom
Yes.
and the way they have come right on top right now.
yes.
So for me, biggest challenge that I face with my clients on an everyday basis is that, I give a certain amount of a price and they want more discount. And people have a very simple excuse of saying, there is no business. How are you still in in Dubai if you don't have business? How can I be in Dubai if I don't have business? So I don't like, that is one thing which, don't say that is what, like my mentor has told me, don't say you don't have money, don't say you don't have business, because that's how it's going to affect
then
you.
Then it is negatively, it happens that way, right? You're manifesting negatively.
So now when I get on a call with anyone and they say like this, I'm like, no, don't say that.
Yes.
You have money, it's just that you have to figure it out.
You become a business coach today.
Another action taker.
Don't tell me that. I don't want to be.
I can tell you the list of like the type of clients. Okay, one who's just started out.
Okay.
One who doesn't have the budget.
Yes.
One who has the products but doesn't have stock. And then there are ones who are not very good in their business right now in terms of budgeting. So and then there are people like her and Rita. They're on board every single thing that you tell them, and they're like, okay, we'll do this. Okay, we'll sign up. Okay, I will renew. And that renewal doesn't make it's not such a problem. But then for some people, not about renewal, but acquiring new clients, 80% of the people, like what you said, is that I'm not doing well in my business. I think that's the worst thing that you can do for yourself.
To yourself, yes.
Like,
it is not going to impact our business.
I'm sure all four of us struggle with our business at some point, somewhere.
Yes.
Me especially, because I'm 5 months in business and I know what I go through on a daily basis and the things that we go through. I will never tell someone that I am not going to do this because I cannot afford it, or that it's there are better ways to put it.
Yes.
It's part of my next year business plan.
Yes.
It's part of my vision for the next year. There are good ways because you're telling yourself.
It's a positive thing, right?
It's a thing that you're telling yourself because you're actually putting in your head, my business is not doing good. Imagine you didn't sign up, but what it did to you. I don't want to be a coach here. I don't want to be like this reflection people, what they do these days. But what I'm trying to say is that it works. It does affect you.
Now that she mentioned the money part, right? I want to have a question for you. There are a lot of people, a lot of women business owners, especially in Dubai, who run business without a license.
Okay.
Because they want to save money.
Okay.
They think that nobody's going to find out. What's your take on that?
Okay, I would say that's a very wrong notion to do business, because business is not something, because even if you want to sell something, you first invest in something, then you sell something, right? And we being in UAE, we being out of our own countries, we being an expat, it's always to have things legalized so that I'm not in trouble, my partner who sponsored my visa is not in trouble, my family is not in trouble, because I have an example for you when we're talking about this, right? So I was in a community, I was in a networking event, and one person bought an amazing cake in the community to cut the cake and all of that. And I had this cake, I love chocolate cake, and it was so yummy. And I ordered chocolate cake from that person for another event. And I gave a testimonial in the next event saying that, I purchased the cake and it was really amazing. And if anyone is looking to, give cakes orders, please go to this person. And then we started open networking, and I got one person coming to me and she was like, you're Pavitra Celine, you promote people to take licenses. And I was like, yeah, it's me. Yes, tell me. They're like, how can you do this? I'm like, I didn't understand. Ouch. Yes, you are someone who tells people to take licenses, and you have given business to another person who's baking cake and she does not have license. Did you know that? And it was like, tap. And do you know that I'm a baker too, and I have a license. I've invested 10,000 dirhams, and you giving business to another person who does not have a license. And I was like, I went blank. I didn't know what to reply. I just wanted to leave the event and just go back. That's when I realized it's your people pulling you down, just because you don't have a license. FYI. If in that situation, if that person had a license, I would have a little more power to say, excuse me, she has a license. I didn't have that at that time. So that's when I realized giving business to people in community is absolutely fine, but support people who have license because they have done the investment, which means the moment they do the investment, they are ready for the business. They are ready. They have invested a lot.
And they're not running away.
They are not running away. People with no licenses, even if something goes wrong, you can never go back to them. You don't have the security. There's nothing. And if someone, so basically government does not have time to check if you have a license, you have a license, you have a license. But if they get a complaint against you, that so-and-so person has 200,000 followers on your Instagram, but unfortunately does not have a license. Bro, you're screwed. You're in highlight. So when you have actually, when you don't have people in competition, when people don't know you, you're fine. But the moment you're out, people know you, you have more followers, you have to become high alert,
Yes.
you have to license yourself. Also, bloggers, influencers, they have so many followers, but
have
they
so
don't
many
have a
partnerships
license.
and collaborations
They
and
do
money coming
collaboration
in.
left, right, and center, and people are paying them for collaboration. But if you're doing this as a business, you need a license,
Yes.
and DD has a license for you, just as at as low as 1,200 or something, 1,200 to 1,500, you get a license.
Yes.
You become a licensed blogger. Make your followers safe. If they know, okay, you're doing business without having a license, your Instagram is going. Your Instagram is just your social platform.
Yes, yes.
So this is
Amazing
something
thoughts.
that people don't know. So there are a lot of things like this people don't realize. They think, I'm just doing a video collaboration, I don't need a license. No, if you're doing any business, small or big, in UAE, it's better to have a license for yourself. Save yourself, save your people, save your business, save your brand, save your Instagram account. This is one more type of saving your social platform or your social presence. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I get asked by a
Amazing.
lot of businesses that I don't have a license. Is it okay? I said it's never okay.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to, hear it from me and say that it's, then tomorrow say that Dua said that it's okay not to have a license, I will never say this.
Yes.
I strongly recommend, and like you said, Pavitra, it is safeguarding yourself
Yes.
first with the license, and then everything else, because if, let's say this baker, something would go wrong, at least she had the license to show that I am in a hygienic place.
Yes.
I have a proper team. I have this. I have XYZ, whatever is the requirement. And at least you are not, getting
You're
yourself
not
in a
ending
soup.
up
You're
in
not heading
fine,
anywhere.
right?
Yeah, exactly. But let's say if there was a point where the cake did not do good for you,
Yes.
right? Then what?
True. I'm in soup because I trusted someone who didn't have a license.
Yes.
I can't do anything
The
about
ones who
it.
trust you also becomes a for them also it
And
becomes
I would
a
review
problem.
the same to someone. If Marina is like, I'm going to order, I'll be like, no, don't. Because I had a wrong.
I did buy
experience.
something from someone which also turned out to be good. I don't want to say what I bought, but it was edible. And I bought quite a bulk of it. And only later to realize that she didn't have a license. And I was like, okay, I shouldn't have done a bulk order if I knew that it was, if
Yes.
I'm buying one, it's fine.
It's a right.
But then see, that also happens in a lot of exhibitions and all that you
You're
go
not
to.
going and asking everyone, show
You
me your
can't.
license. right?
You can't, because at the end of the day, even when somebody is hosting vendors,
Yes.
they don't always look for the license because they are looking at filling up spaces as well. So
Okay.
it's also difficult that way. So I think there's a struggle in every space, but at the end of the day, if you have a license, I think it safeguards you as an
and
entity.
everybody.
So any person who asks me, I want to say it today out loud. It's never okay to not have a license. You
Yes.
need a license, and that also shows you're serious about it. I
Yes.
would be very. I would be looking at a person differently or a business differently once they have a license.
True.
So yeah.
And if they don't, they are not getting a lot of things.
Yes.
If you don't have a license and you're doing business, people will get scared to do collaborations with you.
Yes.
People would not refer you at all, knowing even if your product is amazing, they would not refer you because you don't have a license. People would not promote your product on their social media because they know for a fact you don't have a license.
Yes, absolutely.
So there's a lot of things that you don't get only because you don't have a license.
Yeah.
It's regulations, legalizations being its side, it's also the business side. The benefits that we get when we have a license, like we collaborate, we talk about businesses, we get referrals, people refer us, all this goes to a block
Yes,
when you don't have it.
absolutely.
So anytime there is
Amazing.
cheaper options available, so just go for a license.
Please contact Pavitra Salim and get your license today.
Once you get
I
your
don't know what else
license,
to say.
once you get your license, come to Homepreneurs and do your events in Marina Pearl.
So when I was doing the Entrepreneurs Bling, this was my introduction, yeah? So everyone here, please get your license done through me. Get your offices through Marina. Once you have your license, your office ready, once you're ready to do your business, get your business
On Dua's
e-boutique and let her do the marketing for you. Let her help you to do the marketing so your chain of business is ready.
I think that's how I would
Yes.
say the three of us connect
Exactly.
very well,
Together.
because it's like one
It's a
after the
chain
other.
for
It's
you,
a chain.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
True.
Anyway, so now,
Which also comes
now
with food.
Shantanu is already giving a lot of signals.
Is he saying it's done? It's done. We are not done, dude.
I
I
think
thought
we
there was
need
going to be a break in between.
Yeah, we didn't take a single break.
Till now, you would have realized, oh my God, I've got a few talking people on the
Yes.
show for the talk show.
I think so. Now coming to the end of the show, and I'm so happy all of you shared, and it was very natural, and we didn't even have to take any breaks. We said we are going to take breaks, but it didn't happen.
We thought we were going to pause and redo the
Yes.
shoot and all of that.
I
We have saved a lot of work for
I know
Sham.
that he was signaling. I just thought he's signaling for a break. I didn't know
I
what
thought he
about.
was
It's not done.
stretching.
It's not done.
I really thought he was
Before we
stretching.
close off, would
Yes.
you all like to say to our audience, how can they find you? You can start with Dua.
Sure. So you can find us on Instagram. It's at eboutique.ae. It's a business listing directory connecting businesses and their potential customers or clients. It's a cool platform. All three of them here are also a part of it, so they can vouch for me as well. And again, it's all collaboration and community at the end of the day. So yes, you can find us on Instagram, eboutique.ae. And also our website is www.eboutique.ae. Find us there. And I hope we can connect.
Marina.
Okay. You will not find me anywhere online. On the Instagram, I'm called marinapearl_RE. And you can contact us or visit our office. We are based in Latifa Towers. 3107 is our office number. Apart from that, there are, you can contact my mobile number, which I might not pick up. So please WhatsApp me 052-871-0908.
Nice. Pavitra.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at Bisfluencer. That's my Instagram ID. You can check out my company's website, which is www.enrichventuresdubai.com. Or you can directly get in touch with me if you already have a business and you want to get guidance, or you're going to start a business. You can directly contact me, WhatsApp, or call me at +971 505 123 653. Pavitra Salim.
Thanks to all of you for being on our show, and thanks to all our listeners. So like I said, if you want to start a business, go to Pavitra, get the license, then get yourself onboarded on Dua's e-boutique, and our Homepreneurs Club is here to help you if you're a woman entrepreneur. And then there is also, if you want to do any events for your business, Marina is here to give you that space. Even to get yourself an office, she's there to help you out. So thank you all for listening.
Oh my God!